So this one, we actually did, it's in the review, but sometimes it doesn't hurt to see it again. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start drawing stuff. Okay. Projectile has an initial velocity of 18 meters per second. Oops. So there's that. It's a projectile. It's going to go somewhere. It gets shot this way with a velocity of 18 meters per second. Goes this way. All right, that's good, I guess. And then it has an x component of 2.3 meters per second. And let's label these. This is v sub x initial. This one is, whoops, I don't know what happened there. This is v naught initial. And then lastly, let's do green. It has a y component velocity of 18 meters per second. So Vy naught equals 18 meters per second. And it says, what's the range? So the range that we're looking for is the distance from here all the way over there. Okay. Well, how do I find that? Well, that's the range equation, right? So what's the range equation? Delta x is equal to 2 times the initial velocity squared times sine of theta times cosine of theta divided by 9.8. I don't know what theta is, but I can, this is where we use that same formula that we did the last time. Because we're not changing the orientation of the x-axis, we know that tangent, the arctan of v sub y divided by v sub x gives us the angle, which is what I need, right? That's all I need. I have the initial velocity. I just don't have the angle theta. So let's crank through that. I need to know the arctan of 18 meters per second all over 2.3 meters per second. All right, cool. Plug that in our handy dandy calculator. So 18 divided by 2.3, it's 82.7 degrees. All right, so I'm going to plug that in. Oops, wrong tab. So then my angle theta is approximately 82.7 degrees. All right, so now I go back up here, and I'm going to plug that in. I say delta x. You guys should be writing this down. The retake of the test will have this on there. Sine of 82.7 times cosine of 82.7. Ah, shoot, I ran out of space. We'll cram this in there a little better. I got a little carried away with the big writing. Velocity squared. Oh, wait, we know what the velocity is, right? The velocity is the, wait, they're both 18? How can they both be 18? There's some rounding there that's not quite right, but that's okay. So it's going to be 18 squared. Oh boy. Sine of 82.7, but that kind of makes sense. Was it 82.7 or, yeah, 82.7 times cosine of 82.7 divided by 9.8. All right, let's plug that in the calculator. So I'm going to say, put my fraction thing, I'm going to say 2 times, in parentheses, 18 squared times sine of 82.7, close my parentheses, times cosine of 82.7, close my parentheses, come down here, divided by 9.8. And that's my answer. 8.33, whatever. So then delta x is about 8.3 repeating. Well, we'll just say 8.3 meters. Was that the right answer? Yeah, 8.4. So there's some rounding in there. I don't know if they rounded the angle up to 83 degrees or whatever, but clearly that's the correct answer is 8.4. Okay.